all about the healing. What up, though? What up, though? What up, though? With my peeps, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Cross Watcher, General Read. May not be for everybody. It's not a personal read. So fit it in where it get in, all right? My day ones, my day twos, my new news. What's up? Shout out to you. Thank you for all that you do for this channel, for me, this channel, and for us, all our collective energy. Thank you for all the likes, the shares, the subscribes, the super chats, all that you do. I appreciate each and every one of you, all the ones that's been rocking with me from day one, all the ones that's been rocking with me at the present time, and all the ones that's been rocking with me recently. So thank you. All right. So like, share, subscribe. Go ahead and like it now so you won't miss out on that opportunity. Energy exchange. Right? Like, share, subscribe. Subscribe. All right. And here it go. Hype, hype, hype it up. You already know. So with that being said, let's get into it. All right. So as I was... Hold on. All right. So as I was meditating on some of the same cards that keep coming out, but these cards that keep coming out is very much so good cards. So it's a welcome. It's a welcoming thing here. It's a good thing, because we got the Destiny card. I just had done a reading on that, about you shining. You're holding that star, and it's illuminating you, and is elevating your destiny, your call. This card is an indicator that you're on the right path and God is pleased. Because with that star, how you know God is pleased? Because the light that's shining from the star, that light is not dull. It's bright for all to see. It's very much illuminated. But the thing about holding that star, the thing about that is you attract the good, the bad, and the ugly with holding that star. That's holding up a star. Look like it's easy, but it's not. The light that's shining can burn, can be so bright that it's burning. The light could be so hot that you always sweating. You always feel like you're under pressure. You always feel like you are, sometimes it can make you feel like it's too much to bear. But then you remember who you are. You remember the strength. You remember what that means to hold that star. And it's nothing that is too hard. It's nothing that is too hot. There is nothing that is too burdensome to carry the star, because everything that is, you have everything within you that requires you, that mandates, that equips you to hold that star. It's all inside of you. So as soon as I seen it and I seen that started, I remembered that reading very vividly. For those are light bearers, those that are star souls, that those that are literally holding up the star, holding that up, so humanity can balance out, so humanity can be able to function and be able to have some type of light, some type of hope, some type of be able to see their way out, have some type of light to be able to see them, see themselves out of a dark situation mindset. And you are a role model, because our role model is here too. We just had that as well. So both of these two cards, which is beautiful. I don't care if these two cards come out every day this week. I'm happy to see it, because that means that you are on the right track. You're doing what's required of you. You're doing what's expected of you. Not only what you expect within yourself, but what God expects from you as being who you are and what you represent. You're holding it out. You're not allowing people, places, and things to come in and place you under a burden, place you under a hold, resent who you are, resent, the responsibility of holding that star, holding that light, the responsibility of speaking that truth, and what backlash you get from it, what all that entails when you're holding and you're sacrificing and you're doing and being all that God and you, because you signed on the dotted line. So for what God requires and what you required and said that you will be willing to do in this lifetime. So you are a role model. Again, with being a role model, with that trendsetter, with that bears a responsibility that comes with the good, the bad, and the ugly as well. See, the star soul, star quality, the illumination, the beautiful, charismatic, energy that comes from that, the role model, people wanting to be like you, people wanting to copy you, people wanting to evade your privacy, evade your space, so they can get to know everything that you do, how you do it. All of that comes along with who you are. So with both of these coming up, you are in right standing. You're doing what you're supposed to do. All of your spiritual gifts are being illuminated. You are holding it down, and so you're ready. You're ready to embrace the next aspects of your spiritual gifts. That means you're getting ready to go through another spiritual awakening. Every time you get another spiritual gift, every time you getting ready to learn or getting ready to see or experience a new level, experience or be able to recognize or acknowledge a new gift, that is a spiritual awakening. Anything new that you have to open up your mind, you be or open up your third eye to be able to see. It's gonna come with a spiritual awakening. You're gonna go through something to be able to acknowledge, to be able to see, and be able to know this new thing. And you've been through many spiritual awakenings. Some of them are easy and some of them are not. But whatever you're getting ready to experience, you have to remember that this awakening that you're getting ready to go through, don't always just jump and say it's a spiritual attack or somebody attacking you or somebody is taking. No, a spiritual awakening is very similar to a spiritual attack. It feels very similar because you're taken out of your element. You're not the same. You don't feel the same. You feel off balance. You have all kind of ascension symptoms, and you feel, just not yourself, until you recognize that very thing that God is trying to show you, that very thing that God is trying to reveal to you and allow you to see something new, something, introduce you to something new, or awaken you up to some type of truth about yourself. So you got spiritual gifts here. You got role model. You got destiny. Those three cards scream spiritual awakening. So something new is coming. Something is getting ready to involve in you. Some type of truth about who you are and what it is that you're getting ready to be introduced to. What it is that you don't know, what gift you don't know that you have. What gift that you have not been operating in, that you're getting ready to open the door to walk through that gifting, that time. Okay, so what this brings me to the next. We got that. So be mindful. Be mindful that you have a spiritual awakening that is coming. Some of you got something that's coming. Some of you are going through it now. You're going through a spiritual awakening now, and that's why you feel off. That's why. All right, so that's that. You have something coming. You end something, or you just ended something. If you just ended something, then what you have to do is get you some rest. Get you some rest and fully acknowledge and understand, understand, and overstand that you just went through a spiritual awakening. Accept your gifts. Accept these new gifts, talents, and abilities. Accept it. Acknowledge it. Embrace it. And roll with it. For the rest of you, you got to go through what you got to go through to be able to receive that gift, and because some of you The reason why, and I gotta go from this so we can get this last point, but some of you, the reason why it may be difficult for you, because you, like I spoken before, you don't see yourself like that. You see the God trying to get you that way and get you to see that you are gifted, and that you are gifted in this. This is a gift that's in you, but you don't see it. And so that's the hold up, or that will be the hold up. And this is one of the gifts, talents, and abilities that God have been sitting on, have not revealed to you as of yet, because this is one of the ones that you gonna push back on. This is something that you ain't never seen. You never want to entertain. You don't want to. This is something that's just like, for example. Okay, so I'm getting so many distractions. Okay, you don't want to see yourself. You don't. It's not that you don't want to see. Well, yeah, you don't want to see yourself. It's just like an example. All right, it's just an example. This is just an example, okay? So you are, let's say example, you are a gifted speaker. You're elegant, you're inspirational, you're motivation, you motivate people, and you are a gifted speaker. Now, as you speak and you do your thing that comes naturally to you, the response that you get, oh, you should be a preacher, or you are a prophet, or you are I see you are a prophet, or you know you are a preacher, you are a dynamic preacher. And you saying to yourself, right? No, 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 no. That ain't, God ain't gave me that. God ain't, no, God ain't, I'm not, God ain't gave me that mantle. God ain't gave me that anointing. And you run from any statement that say anything about a preacher, any statement that say anything about you being a prophet, because you know that those titles carry a lot of responsibility, and you don't want to be tied to that. It's what an example I'm trying to get you to further understand what I'm saying. So some of you have heard some of the titles. Some of you've heard this before, but you don't see yourself as that. You don't acknowledge yourself as this thing. But God is getting ready to show you and getting ready to present to you that is the case. That's an example of what I said. I'm not talking about the example. I'm talking about in general. Whatever this thing is. All right? So, a little bit about the other cards. And then we're going to go ahead and go, because I don't want it to be long, because I got to do a couple of more for you. All right, so we have the same card as well of unhinged, snapped, crazy, and we still getting this danger. So right off the bat, if I just was to look at this, we got the same unhinged person watching you. We got the same person that's wanting to come and, what they say, slang, do you something. They want to come do you something, right? Because where you sit and where you going, you're getting ready to evolve to another level. This level that you're getting ready to evolve, even though even though this is going to be something big and major for you. That's what I'm saying. I feel like whatever this thing is something big and major that have always been within you, but you don't want to see yourself as that. That's what I get. You don't want to see yourself as this big title, this big thing, what you associate with this name, this thing. Like, example, prophet. That's a prophet is a responsibility. When you acknowledge that you have the prophetic over your life, that is a huge responsibility. Not only is it a huge responsibility in that calling, but it's also a huge responsibility. It's a huge it's a huge backlash, a huge area where you are getting attacked. A lot of prophets, a lot of prophetic messages, a lot of when prophets give prophetic messages, they're immediately backlash, they're immediately attacked, that everything they say is being criticized, is being critiqued. Prophets have to really go through some things. They have to really have thick skin and confidence in themselves, because prophets are constantly trying to be proven wrong or inadequate, or they don't know what they talking about, or that didn't come true, and you supposed to be a prophet, you supposed to be able to see. It's a huge responsibility. Immediately, once you step into that mantle, you're gonna be targeted. So much so that it's not even gonna compare to what you have been experienced. And that's just an example. So whatever it is that God is going to try to tell you, show you, or lead you to, it's going to be something that you're not going to be wanting to take on more responsibility, because whatever that responsibility that you take is going to come with a lot of backlash, a lot of targeting, a lot of hate, a lot of jealousy, a lot of envy. And at this point, you're tired of all of that and you don't want to deal with it. So to add this to it, you're not going to want to do it, but it is part of who you are. It's a part of your calling, and you're going to need it. You're going to need to step into that, because with everything else, the star, the role model, and now whatever this thing is that you have, it all comes together for the purpose of your calling, your destiny, your talents, your abilities. It all comes together as one alignment to help humanity. You're going to need all of it. But in your mind, you're looking at it from an aspect of what the world say, what they expect, and what is going to be the outcome of you accepting this responsibility, or you're accepting this calling. But you can't look at it like that, because the world view of things is not the way God see things, or the way God has aligned things to be for you. You got to always trust and depend on what God has for you, what God is going to align with you, and how things are going to go and reflect for you according to God's will for your life. You can't go by what society and what somebody else say. Yeah, they going to target you, but they was going to target you anyway. Yeah, they going to talk about you, but they talk about you anyway. Yeah, they going to discredit you and say you crazy, but they do that anyway. So what difference does it make? Regardless of who you are, what you getting ready to add on, what you getting ready to be, what you getting ready to step into, it's not really gonna matter. They're gonna still do the same things that they've been doing concerning you. Because a star is a star. A role model is a role model. One added thing, one added more gift, talent, ability to that is not gonna make you or break you. Because whatever is in you supersedes whatever they got going on. So you don't have to worry about them. You don't have to fret. You just have to be. But this is supposed to be a warning. I asked, why did this keep coming up? Because this particular person, they don't want you to underestimate this person. And it's not that this person can actually, not that you should fear this person and fear what they'll do or what they, no, they don't want you to underestimate them. When you underestimate people and you pump yourself up to be protected and guarded, and you underestimate people, you get caught slipping. You got to go through something that you shouldn't have to go through if you've been mindful. Underestimating somebody means that you're not being mindful. You take your mindfulness out of the equation because you feel like you are protected, you guarded, you good. But when you are mindful, that is your part. You have to always be mindful. When you're mindful, you can hear God. When you're mindful, you can see God. When you're mindful, you can see danger. When you're mindful, you can see things that you wouldn't ordinarily see. But when you say you good, then you ain't got to look for nothing. You ain't got to see nothing. You good. You don't need to be mindful. So something can creep in, something can come, and then not that you're going to be taken out, but you might have to get bumped over the head. Then you got to sit at home and heal. Why? When you could have been mindful to look around, you'll always look around your surroundings. When you're mindful, hey, God can give you that small, still voice and say, hey, don't go that way. Go this way. No, don't go home the way you normally go. Turn up here. Go to the store right quick. Go on down the street and go and get this and this and that. Go do this. You tired. You just really just want to just go straight home. But God is pressing you and telling you in a small, still voice, no, go to the store and get some bread. To take you out of the route. To take you out your normal way, normal day of doing things. Unbeknownst to you. But because you're mindful, because you still are in a place of alignment, that God, you still can hear God in that small, still voice trying to lead, guide, and direct your path. Instead of saying, oh, I'm good. I'm just going to go do what I got to do. I'm going to flow. I'm good. I ain't got to do, I ain't got nothing extra. I'm good. God got it. That's the famous thing. God got it. God got it, but you still have a responsibility. You still have a responsibility to be mindful, to hear God, see God. You still have a responsibility to listen and see the thing all the way through. You still got that responsibility. Because God want to know, are you listening? Are you going to do what I tell you to do? Are you going to be led? You can't be led if you're not mindful. So with that, it's some type of warning concerning this unhinged, snapped person. They mad, bitter, angry, resentful, because nothing has worked, nothing has stopped. You getting and they already feel that you getting ready to go to another level, and there's nothing they can do about it. Level to level, faith to faith, this person get more and more and more and more unhinged. crazy, out of alignment, more darker and darker and darker. And anybody like this, you gotta always be mindful. You have to be 10 steps ahead, not 5, not 4, not 3, 10. 10 steps ahead of people like this. And how you think you're going to be 10 steps ahead if you're not mindful, if you're not listening, if you're saying, God got it. If that's your famous word, God got it. Nobody said God didn't have it. But where do you fit in the equation? God not going to do everything. That's what the testing. Tried, tested, and proven. That's what all that was about. If God was going to do everything, you never would have had to been tried, tested, and proven. You got to go through life with God, aligned, listening, led by God, hearing, seeing, knowing by God. It's not enough to say God got it, because we all know God got it. But do you got what God is trying to give you? Do you got what God is trying to show you? That's the point. So, gotta go on to the next. This is your I think I'm only gonna do one for today. I do start on my one for tomorrow. So with that being said, if this is resonated with you, say, God got it, but I got to get it too. God got it, but I got to get it too. If this is your reading. All right? If you watched it all the way through, let me know you watched it all the way through. Right? Let me know if you watched it all the way through. Okay? All right. Like, share, subscribe. And hype it up. All right. So with that being said, I'm sending you love. I'm sending you healing your way. And Trinity is